What is up, guys? I'm the Pescatarian Jew, and I'm here today with a brand new video. And here today I got something absolutely insane that I wanted to talk a little bit about. So, as you all know, I'm a diehard Bigga fan. I've been a fan for a very long time. I have almost all of his music downloaded, and essentially I wouldn't be who I am today if not for his music. Well, there are two albums, and you've all heard this story before, especially if you're subscribed to my channel, but there are two albums from 2005 that are partially lost. Like, half of both albums can be heard on the Greatest Hits compilation in 2007, but the other half of those albums are seemingly wiped from the internet and have no trace anywhere online, basically, aside from just the song titles themselves. Well, yeah, 2 days ago, my brother miraculously managed to find one of the lost songs. I have been searching for material from these two albums for at least 10 years now, and after 10 years of research, one track has finally been uncovered, which, if you ask me, is a very big deal. And not just that, there's also a snippet of the song Yeah from the Your Mama's a MILF album. It's only 16 seconds, but you know, it's better than nothing. I found that audio on like a really old Bigga video, but an entire track from one of those albums was just recently found, and the song is none other than Just a Little Bit Illiterate, which is a 50 Cent parody. It is track number 12 on the Ice Cream Truck album, which is the album that I want to find the most, and I'll admit I had some different expectations when I went into it. Now, Ice Cream Truck is mostly a pop-punk album, so when I went into this song, I was really expecting it to be kind of in that style, but it's actually not. The track is actually, like, it uses the same instrumental of the original 50 Cent song, which is Just a Little Bit from the Massacre album. And Bigga is actually rapping very clumsily on this instrumental. It's not like anything else on the Ice Cream Truck album. It's like it's something completely different. In a way, it was a little disappointing because it feels like kind of a cutaway track. It feels like it wasn't really meant to be on that album. But at the same time, it was really interesting to hear it after all these years, after searching for it for so long. This also just happened to be one of the most mysterious tracks from that era, because if you look on Bigga's blogger page, you can find lyrics to almost every track that he's ever made before. However, that is one of the few tracks that has no lyrics present anywhere online. So basically it was 100% a mystery of whatever it could possibly be. It was basically like 100% unexpected of what it could have possibly been while going into it. So it was pretty much a surprise. So not only is it completely different from everything else on that album, but at the exact same time, the track was also very mysterious and nobody could have possibly known what it was like. Unless, you know, you're one of the people that got to hear it back in the day. But that's two things I wanted to say about it. The song was a little disappointing, in all honesty. Like, I liked it. I thought it was okay, but it definitely did not live up to my expectations. I was expecting it to be, like, on the same level as everything else on the Ice Cream Truck album, which every track that you can hear off that album is pretty much a masterpiece. Like, it has some of the best material he's ever made before. So I kind of expected this track to be on the same level as those, and it just kind of felt like a throwaway track that was put onto the end of the album. The track also, unfortunately, is in very low quality because the person who initially uploaded it recorded it with like a really old phone. It wasn't recorded directly from the audio. It was actually Like they put their phone up to something and recorded it, so the quality is very low, but you can still make out what's going on. You can still tell what the instrumental is. You can still tell what the lyrics are mostly saying. So you still have the track, but unfortunately the high quality version of this track is still missing, and I do not know if it's ever going to be found. Another thing that I want to point out that I actually thought was really interesting about this track, to say the least. So you all know what Gunna is. Gunna was Bigga's alter ego / side project that came about in 2011. I am 90% sure that this recording is like the very first track where he actually sings in that voice. Like, the rapping style that you hear on this song is the same rapping style that he uses on his Gunna music. This very well could be like the earliest Gunna material imaginable, even though Gunna did not exist back then. So that's another cool thing to note about this track. Now, another thing, I did try to enhance the audio to make it sound a little bit better, because if you listen to the original upload, the quality is, again, it's very low. So basically what I did was I took the original 50 Cent instrumental for the song just a little bit. I separated the vocals from Bigga's version of it. Then I mixed them together and enhanced the audio. And it's still, unfortunately, in low quality. There is absolutely no way it's going to be in high quality, like, ever with that recording. But at the same time, it sounds a lot better than the initial upload on this guy's page. Basically, one of these lost tracks from one of these partially lost albums has been kind of recovered. It's, again, I don't think I can say it's really recovered unless it's in high quality, because that's the original upload. But we can hear it now, at least. Like, we now have access to this track after it being missing for as long as it was. Like, I was just so shocked to finally get to hear this after so long. I have always wondered what it sounded like. I've always wondered what it would have been like. I always wondered if it would have been like the rest of the Ice Cream Truck album. And after all this time, I finally got to hear it, and my questions have been answered about it. Now, you might ask yourself, how was this found after it being missing for as long as it was? This is actually going to be kind of funny, because some of you are not even going to believe this. I looked everywhere except for the place I probably should have looked first. I looked at the MP3 archival database. I looked at a bunch of obscure MP3 websites. I looked at the Internet Archive. I looked absolutely everywhere. But I didn't think to look on YouTube. If you search up the name of this track, you can find the audio. Now, Bigga's name is not attached to it, but it 100% is the exact same song. It is the same length and everything. So basically, it's been lost all these years, and all we had to do was a simple YouTube search, and it was right there the whole time. Really goes to show that sometimes, like, stuff can be in the simplest places that you just never thought to look at. But it was on YouTube this whole time. It's in very low quality, but again, it's better than nothing. It's better than just simply not getting to hear it whatsoever. But yeah, it's been on YouTube this whole time, and we just never thought to look there. So, Bigga, just a little bit illiterate, 50 Cent and G-Unit parody, has now been found after 10 years of searching. It's a little bit of a letdown, because I was expecting it to be on the same level as the other tracks from Ice Cream Truck, but I mean, it is what it is. I still enjoyed it. I still thought it was pretty funny, but I can definitely see why it was not included on the Greatest Hits compilation. It definitely is not on par with something like You're Too Used to My Abuse, Tearing Into You, or, you know, one of those tracks. It's nowhere near the same level, but it's still a great track nonetheless. So yeah, I've ranted enough about this. I just thought I'd let you all know that one of the lost J Bigga tracks has now been uncovered after all this time. I will leave a link in the description if you want to hear it. I have not uploaded my enhanced version yet with the updated audio and whatnot, but I will leave a link to the original upload. That way you all can find it too, because again, nobody apparently thought to just look on YouTube for it, including myself, because again, most of J Bigga's early music is not on YouTube. Like, if you were to look up any tracks from Your Mama's a MILF or any other tracks from Ice Cream Truck, you will not find them, like, unless you find a recent upload. But none of those tracks were ever on YouTube, which means that I never would have expected that track of all of them to be on YouTube this whole time. So yeah, I've talked enough about this. Just thought I'd let you know about all of it. Pretty fucking awesome. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all later. Have a great night. Hope you all enjoyed the video.